We're thankful for your attendance, and we hope you enjoy a closer look at the history of this long-running and highly acclaimed RPG franchise. Procrastinating gamers, be warned, this panel will feature some SMT-related spoilers. Please cover your ears and hum to yourself as appropriate. We will have time at the end for questions, so please hold your thoughts until that time. You may have noticed a small piece of paper and pen on your chairs upon your entrance. We ask that you please share with us your email addresses so that we can spam you, make you a part of the Atlus Faithful. By joining the Atlus Faithful mailing list, you'll receive breaking news, announcements, special promotions, and more. At the conclusion of the panel, we will have 2 boxes near the exit for you to deposit the cards into. The pens are yours to keep. Thank you in advance. By the way, thank you to all of you who came dressed as Atlus characters. Way to represent. My name is Aram Jabari. I'm the Assistant Manager of PR and Sales for Atlus USA. My primary responsibility is to maintain the machine in the back with the bleeping lights we call Atlus Advertising, Resources, and Marketing. It sends out all the emails, so that's my primary job. Please join me in welcoming our panelists. Having worked on 7 major Shin Megami Tensei titles, including Persona 2 Eternal Punishment, Digital Devil Saga 1 and 2, Nocturne, and Persona 3, Senior Project Manager Yu Namba brings years of experience working on the SMT series and can offer some unique insights into some of the more interesting aspects of production. Yu, would you please stand? Also with us is editor Nich Maragos, who began working on the Shin Megami Tensei series with Devil Summoner and Persona 3, helping to give the dialogue in both games its natural modern flair. He also happens to be the project coordinator for the Entry and Odyssey series. In addition, we are honored to have 2 very special guests with us today. Please join us in welcoming veteran voice actors Karen Strassman and Yuri Lowenthal. They have both lent their voices to some of the biggest releases in the SMT series, including Digital Devil Saga and Persona 3. We're glad to have them. Without further ado, let's begin our behind-the-scenes look into Shin Megami Tensei.
I'm really sorry, but I do have to say this one first. Honestly, I really didn't expect this many people to come today. I know that there's masquerade that's going on at 8. I really, really appreciate you guys being here today. Thank you very much. You guys rock! So, having said that, let me give you like a brief description of this Megami Tensei series. I know that a lot of you know about the series, whatever, that's not brought over here in the States yet, but I want to give a little description about each of the things that's happened, I guess, until now. We call the series over here as Shin Megami Tensei series, but in reality, this Shin Megami Tensei is a series of its own. It started with, of course, the first one, and then there's been 2, then 3, which is Nocturne. There was also Xbox title called 9. Anyways. This series was a very, very unique game of its time. Actually, it's still unique right now, isn't it? It started out with a first-person 3D dungeon style with branching story paths and multiple endings. A very, very interesting take on game storytelling, really. There really is no clear distinction of good or evil in the game. There's more emphasis on law or order and chaos. And ultimately, mankind, usually the protagonist, is to decide which road to take on his own. You can converse with the enemies, the demons you face. You can recruit them, grab some money from them. Maybe they'll give you presents. And of course, the staple SMT, Demon Fusion. the game, the SMT series relies heavily on the Judeo-Christian reference. Well, people who play Nocturne would definitely know that, but but yeah, it's very interesting in the fact that like good is not portrayed like as true good. There's always some kind of aspect that people might not associate with, I guess. And of course, for those people, this game style of SMT where it's really free to pick whatever you feel like going after, choosing your side, or simply going on your own. It really fit, I would think, the U.S. gaming style. Now, next up, there was an offshoot called Devil Summoner series. The main SMT games were more of an epic story, I would say. Like the world after the nuclear bomb, things taking over the society, etc., etc. Now, Devil Summoner is a little bit more local, I would say. The first game featured a guy who becomes a detective and who tries to solve cases in his hometown. The second game, Soul Hackers, was about a group of hackers. And then the third one, the long name one, you guys. That one took a little bit back in time where a high school detective goes to like pre-World War II Tokyo to solve this mystery case. Now, another offshoot here is called Majin Tensei.
Yeah, and this is one of the ones that did not ever, none of the entries saw it here.
Now, good for you. Now, this game came out around, I think, like 1993-ish. If you say, strategy RPGs, a lot of people over here will think of, Ogre Battle, Tactics Ogre, FFT, but this was, like right before Tactics Ogre came out, and it was one of those, like unit-based strat RPG. So it really was very unique in its time. And then, of course, came Persona. I think everyone knows. I don't think we need to explain too much about it, but if you guys can take a look at all the covers, the left is the U.S. cover, and the right's the Japanese, I believe. Want to talk a little bit?
Well, this is definitely the series it's been most popular. It's one where we've done almost all of the games in the sub-series. Yeah. And I think it kind of resonates with players because it has characters who are kind of their age. They're all high school students or slightly older than high school students. It's a major theme in the Persona series. And another major theme is, what the name implies, that it deals with all the facets of oneself. And like Devil Summoner, it's more limited in its approach, in fact personal, and you're really exploring, your inner selves rather than the outer world.
And of course, there's a bunch of other titles, but those really don't constitute a sub-series of its own. So let me just name them real quick. Number one, well, this is the biggest one, but Digital Devil Saga. We also had a Game Boy Color, I believe, game called Revelations: The Demon Slayer. And then a Game Boy Advance title called Demikids.
And then there's the series Backwater, if you want to get into it, the Virtual Boy and Jack Brothers.
So I think that covers the basis of the series. So let me go on and start talking about the things that we've released over here in the States. The first up is Persona. This was the first true Megami Tensei series title to hit the US. Well, if you've played the game, you would notice that this game had